Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. First of all, I really want to congratulate the football team. Amazing game last Saturday, and I'm like most of you, can't wait for this Saturday. Should be fun. So, exciting time, certainly here. But like every other basketball coach you're going to talk to this time of year, everyone's excited, everyone's optimistic, everyone's undefeated. Luckily, we're healthy. So we've practiced 6 times up to this point, and today will be Bridget's first practice. So I'm a lot better coach today than I was Saturday that Bridget's back. So we're looking forward to seeing what we can do, and certainly excited about what this team possibility can become. Well, Bridget hasn't been here any of the summers, so we've kind of become used to it a little bit. I think our players individually got better. Collectively, we probably didn't get to do some of the things in the offseason that you like with, Mayor taking a while to get back. Lex and Kristen missed some time with some injuries. Obviously, Bridget not being here, not playing in Costa Rica. But Bridget plays a lot of basketball during the year, and it's basically allowed us to see what some of the other kids are doing. But we've kind of gotten used to her not being around in the off season. So this year's a little different because it was in the fall, not the summer. So she missed some stuff, but she handles it fine. And like I said, it gave us, because we do have a lot of new faces, gave us an opportunity to get some of those other kids some reps and look at what we have.
What are you kind of expecting for Alexa this season, and where do you see her fitting into things?
Alexa's our starting point guard. I think she's a kid that really, even though she's only been on campus a year, has not played a second here, I think has already impacted our team. She is one of the leaders of our team. She understands the game. She's a point guard that what we like, tough-minded, high basketball IQ, can score. And I think in a short amount of time, really gain the trust of her teammates. Obviously, she hasn't played a competitive game since March of 2017, so we got to be careful with that. But she's done a great job up to this point, and I think she's going to be a kid that impacts our team dramatically, that our fans are going to enjoy watching.
What have you seen from Bill Ashley Jones in this setting, with your team and in Costa Rica?
No, Ashley's done really well. Ashley loves the game. She loves to play. Obviously, she comes from, a high school career that was well documented, and the numbers she put up were ridiculous. But I think she's a kid that, up to this point, and again, she hasn't had to do it across town with the lights on, but I don't think it bothers her. She played for USA Basketball this summer, and the coaches on that team just could not have been more complimentary of the way she played and what she did. We're in Costa Rica, and we weren't going to play her a whole lot, but because of injuries and resting people, she played a lot in the last game and did really well. We've messed around with moving her in a couple different positions, but we've kind of settled on we're going to play her on the wing. We've messed with her as kind of a backup 4-man, but right now that's probably not fair to her, so we're trying to simplify the game for her a little bit. But she can really score, and that's the thing that we need. We need scorers, and last year, we had 1.5, depending on the day, but Ashley will give us some points. With her, Maddie, Alexa, we have 3 people that can score and can help bridge it out. So that hopefully will be a big plus for us.
Do you see similarities to Bridget in her just because of her versatility and things she can do?
Yeah, I do. And I've told Ashley, just basically follow Bridget around. Do what Bridget does, act like Bridget acts, do those kinds of things. And Ashley wants to be that kind of player. Maybe not as tall as Bridget, but very similar. Someone who's going to have a big role as a freshman, someone whose game will develop, someone who, Bridget, like most freshmen, couldn't spell defense when she got here, and now she's probably, arguably, our best defender. Ashley's kind of struggling with that, and when you're in high school, they tell you just don't foul, just keep scoring. You know, you got to stay in the game. So, but she'll get better. But yeah, I think if, you know, we all want role models, we all want people to look up to, we all want, you know, who do I want to emulate, and if Ashley Jones turns out and acts like and becomes the kind of person, player, impactful person on our campus that Bridget is now, then she did the right thing.
Said Alexa would be your starting point guard. Do you have an idea how the rest of the starting lineup kind of pans out right now?
For sure, I would say we had a game tonight. Alexa, Maddie Wise. After that, I really don't know. Ashley will be in the mix, obviously. AD on the wing. Inez, Mayer. We've been practicing with, you know, almost 12 kids getting a lot of reps, and that's without Bridget. So now you add Bridget. So I don't know. It'll be one of those teams that I don't know that the starting lineup will be as big a deal as how we manage. And even last night, I'm not a big NBA person necessarily, except for the Bulls and the guys that I follow from Iowa State. But learning what that next group is, like who comes off the bench, when they come off the bench, who they come off the bench with, might be more important for us this year than it's ever been, because we've never had a bench. So this year, I mean, like I said, if you watch this practice today, there'd be 12 people in a competitive situation, and life's about competition. So we're going to see who competes and who wants to play.
Seems like every year Bridget's put up better and better numbers. She gets ready for this last season. What are your expectations for what do you hope to see?
Well, I hope that she has the kind of year that will allow her not only to finish her career here as one of the best players ever to play here, which she is, but do our part to give her one more step, one more leg up into her ultimate dream of making the Olympic team in Canada. We need to get her some help. And I think we do have more help for her this year than we have in the past. But, you know, she's one of the best players in our league. She's one of the best players in the country. And she is very highly motivated to come in and play and do the things that she can do. I think it's an exciting time to be a senior. Your senior year in college is so special in so many ways, and you want it to go in a certain way. And ultimately for her, the best seniors, the seniors that people talk about here, are the ones that won games. And you know, we need to be a better team, and obviously that falls somewhat on her, but more so on me and the support that hopefully we can give her.
How much did the Costa Rica trip help with not only getting a head start on the season, but with also building team chemistry?
The Costa Rica trip was good. Obviously, we're very lucky that at Iowa State, we've always been allowed to do the things beyond the court. Jamie and Callie are really, really supportive of that, allowing our players to have life experiences. You know, we got a few extra practices in, which weren't that big a deal because, like I said, Mayor, Lex, Bridget weren't involved. But I think when you take your team on the road and it's the first time they spend time together away from their comfort zone of Ames, it's a good thing. You know, you're in a bus together, you travel together. They did a lot of fun things. They went ATVing, they went ziplining. Probably the thing that changed not just our team, but probably everyone on the trip. We took our kids to an orphanage, and that was one of those trips where you drive to the orphanage and they're all playing their music and everyone's having a good time, and we're at the orphanage, and then we drive to the next spot and no one was talking. So I think there's things that happen to you when you're a young person, and things that happen to allow you to build some kind of relationship. And I think that trip was really, really good one for us. It went well. The weird part is we had 6 stitches in a thumb. We lost a tooth. We had a couple sprained ankles. And not one of it happened on a basketball court. So they'll have a lot of stories, you know. Inez lost a tooth surfing, and Maddie Wise was on a railing, cut her hand open and got 6 stitches. So the thing about being a college athlete or an athlete, you know, whether you're in high school or whatever, the things they remember are not the scores of the games. they remember stuff like that, and they'll 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that's what they'll talk about. They're not going to talk about very many games. It's the life experiences and the moments that they shared, that only they shared. Those are the things that are pretty cool. So I think it got us off to a really good start for the fall, and hopefully that we can build on that.
Can you also talk a little bit about the development of Ray Johnson and Kristen Scott, the runners and sophomores?
Yeah, obviously when every coach will talk about the biggest step that you want from your players is how they move from their freshman year to their sophomore year. Maddie Wise started as a freshman, and she's starting now, but she's bigger, she's stronger, she's faster. Ray and Kristen, same thing. I think they had good off seasons. The biggest thing is not just on the basketball court, but they know how to handle classes. They know how to be away from home. They know how to manage their time, deal with success and disappointment a little bit better. And Ray and Kristen are going to have a big part of what this team's about. And I've publicly said that I have very high expectations for Kristen because it's a spot we really need, not just this year, but moving forward with Maren and Inez graduating. There's going to be a hole there, so it's not just what's happening today, but as you look down the road, that's a big part of it. Ray gives us versatility at guard, but there's a lot of competition there. So they have the advantage over Jade and Ashley and Inez and even Lex to some degree because they've played Big 12 basketball and the others haven't. So how you take advantage of that goes a long way. So we'll look forward to seeing them develop because I do think they're going to impact our team.
Jade Thurman coming in from Kilgore, Texas. What do you think, or I guess how has she played and what do you think of her game so far?
Jade's learning what it means to play Big 12 basketball. She's really, really, really fast, almost too fast at times. And I think, the game gets, most people say the game moves quickly, and whether you're a quarterback or point guard, you get the game slows down in your mind. We got to figure that out. The game has not caught up to her yet, so we got to figure that out a little bit. But she's been a really good teammate. She's going to play point guard for us at times, so we can move Lex to the 2. I think she can be a really good on-ball defender, which we haven't had that get up in your grill defender, which I think she has a possibility to do that. She reminds a lot of our staff of Danae Stuckey. For those of you that followed our team in the past, Danae was undersized, but somehow got her hands on a lot of balls, would rebound. No one, I don't care how tall you were, you did not want to see Danae standing next to you on the free throw line because she somehow got that rebound. Jade's kind of in that mold, but again, that leap from junior college to Division I basketball is a big one, but she's worked really hard at it, and I think our fans are going to enjoy watching her because she made some dynamic plays in Costa Rica because of her speed and athleticism. So I think if she can learn to shoot it a little better and just learn the system, that'll allow her to get more minutes.
How was Meredith a couple months in her recovery and back to 100%?
Yeah, what Mare's been through is really been amazing. From where she was, I don't know the exact date. It was right after finals, so May 3rd, 4th, or 5th, being in ICU in the hospital with a blood clot to, if you watch practice today, you wouldn't notice any different. She's playing really hard. She's got a little, pep to her step. I don't know if it's, what she went through, being a senior, all that stuff, but she's done really, really well. She's a great kid. She's, I've said this many times. There's probably no one on this team that loves wearing an Iowa State uniform more than Mare. Her family loves Iowa State. She's a local kid that gets it, and everyone's rooting for her. And for where she was to where she is today, it's a credit to her. It's a credit to CB, our strength coach, the staff for working her out because, literally the first time I saw her after the hospital, she had a walker. And now she's playing Division I basketball, and it's just, again, it's been a tribute to all the people that have worked with her. But I think she'll have a really good year. She's got a smile on her face all the time, but I think she feels really good about the possibility, and we're all hoping that she has the kind of year she deserves.
We talked about this before, but with some of the new pieces, do you feel like this year's team might shoot the three ball even more than in the past?
Well, what I've told our team is we don't need to be a better shooting team. We need to be a better making team. And we're going to shoot the three a lot. We always have, but we're going to shoot it more. We're going to play faster than we played in the past. We have to open up the court. Where we can play off of Bridget will be important. Who fills the low post spot on a consistent basis will be important. And then our point guard play, we're going to play 3 point guards. Lex didn't play here last year. Jade didn't play here last year. And Nia didn't play much. So you're putting a lot on their plate. But if we can get that done, that'll be important. But we shoot it every day, all day. Every kid every day shoots threes, no matter who they are. And Ez can shoot it, Kristen, Morgan. I mean, they all, that's going to be a part of it. And when you play against the teams that we play against, spacing and matchups become so important. And when you play against Texas and Baylor and some of the other, teams like Iowa that have a great low post presence, you better be able to spread the court out because you're not just going to ram it down their throat on the block. So it'll be there, and I don't know if it'll be more, but it'll be a lot, I can promise you. Thanks again, everyone. We appreciate your time.
Drive that money-saving road to George White Chevrolet.
Buying a car is easy at George White Chevrolet. Find the Chevy of your dreams or a GM certified pre-owned vehicle perfect for your needs, and GM certified service, of course.
We make it easy at George White Chevrolet. Highway 30 and 69 in Ames.
Drive that money-saving road to George White Chevrolet.
Flu season. It'll get here before you know it. Good thing it's never too soon to get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Save yourself some worry and get your flu shot today. Plus, use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card and you can save 20 cents a gallon on gas. There's no appointment necessary, so why wait for the flu to get you? Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy and get your flu shot plus your 20-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver discount today. Some restrictions apply.
Some things in life you're born into. Others are just a way of life. And you wouldn't have it any other way. Some things come naturally, while others you have to work hard at. Some things in life are fated to be. But the rest of the story, that's up to you. Iowa Corn. For 50 years, we've been here so you can be there. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Athletics.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
After reaching the NCAA tournament in 10 of 11 seasons, the Iowa State women's basketball team was left out of the big dance last year. But there is no shortage of optimism heading into this season, with a new influx of talent joining one of the best players in Iowa State history. It all begins to unfold today. Today is Iowa State Basketball Media Day. From Sukup Basketball Complex in Ames, it is expanded coverage of Iowa State Women's Basketball Media Day here on Cyclones.tv. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm John Walters. We have a lot coming up for you. Over the next half hour, we're going to visit one-on-one with Iowa State head coach Bill Fenley. We'll also talk to some of the veteran players on this team, Bridget Carlton, Mare Burkall, AD, Adriana Camber, and Alexa Middleton. And you will get a chance to meet the freshmen with Mary Rominger. That's all coming up over the next half hour. But let's get it started with Coach Fenley himself. And Coach, I know you felt like it was a really good off-season. And has that carried over now into your first few practices?
Yeah, John. We practiced 6 times.
Yep.
And I couldn't be more pleased with what I've seen so far. It's, there's a lot of signs in this building that says Iowa State way. This group gets it more than maybe any team we've had in the last decade. They're connected on the court, off the court. They understand what we expect. Our leadership is phenomenal. We have some depth. But the energy and effort that we've given in practice, you always expect that early. They should be excited. But it's been good. And I really, really think that this is a team that can do some good things and new pieces, but at the same time, the kind of pieces that we need to be good.
Today will be the first practice with Bridget Carlton back, who's representing Team Canada over in Spain. Great experience for her, Coach, but I imagine it changes the whole dynamic of practice because she's such an integral part of what you do.
I'm a lot better coach today than I was last week with Bridget back. But yeah, it does, because you know she's going to play a lot of minutes, and we've gotten a lot of kids a lot of experience. But now you plug Bridget in, and everyone kind of plays off of her. So it's going to create another. It's a good problem.
Yeah.
But you know, some of the kids that are getting the amount of minutes they were getting in practice, they won't get. But we're still looking for combinations. We're trying to settle on a little bit of a rotation. But we're going to play Bridget at the 4. We're going to kind of use her as a point forward. We've changed our system a little bit to move the ball to the middle of the floor to allow her to be a little more creative and let people play off of her instead of just watching her play.
Yeah.
And hopefully that'll be the case.
Well, that'll be exciting. And I know another player who really came on last year, and I know you were very excited about her growth, not only as a player, but just as a student here at Iowa State, was Adriana Camber. She's really becoming a leader on this team as a junior now.
Yeah, she really is. And I think that's one thing that, AD really likes being here. She accepts whatever role that you give her. And I think she saw when Bridget was gone, and with Mare going what she went through health-wise, we needed someone to kind of be the conduit between the coaches and the players. And AD stepped in there, did it. She knows how to play the game. She can impact our team in a lot of ways. Obviously, her main thing is to make shots, but she's a better player, smarter. And what I tried to tell her was it's not just about this season, but this is like the start of her being the leader next year. And sometimes, you gotta build. You build on the court, but you want to build off the court, and a level of trust with your teammates, a level of belief in your teammates, and that's what AD's done, and she's going to do a great job for us.
Speaking of leadership, it's such an important part of your program through the years, and hand in hand with that has been seniors. And Alexa Middleton is a senior who was here last year, which had to help. But you've described her as a leader from the word go. Yeah,
I tell you, she came here in August, obviously transferred from Tennessee, and it took her literally about a week where you could tell she, comes, and her parents are that way, but she's got leadership qualities in her DNA. She really does. She's tough-minded. She wants to be good. She spends an enormous amount of time in here. So, her teammates see how hard she worked, never complain. You sit out a year and you've played basketball your whole life. Now you don't get to play as a redshirt. So this year, she's done a lot of really good things. We didn't play her in Costa Rica because we wanted to rest her knee a little bit. And I think that was good for her to kind of relax and come in now ready to go. But she's the kind of point guard we like here. She can score. She's cerebral. She gets it. She thinks like a coach, acts like a coach, her maturity level. And I think she's a player that our fans are going to really love watching play, but you're going to love to get to know her just as much. She's that kind of kid, and she fits exactly what this place is about. You had that change of pace point guard with Danae Stuckey at one time here. Well, I know you was just one of your all-time favorites. You mentioned that Jade Thurman could take on some of those same types of characteristics. That'd be huge because that was such an important piece of those teams. Yeah, Danae is one of the all-time best, and one of those players that fans who really follow your team, coaches, they know how important that person is. Jade could be that kind of person. She, like you said, change of pace, athletic. It's a small package, but there's some explosion in that package. Yeah. She gets off her feet, she'll go rebound, pushes the ball in transition. She's just got to learn how to play Division I basketball and understand that. But she's going to impact our team. And what I've tried to tell them every day up to this point in practice is you don't know the day that you're going to impact success. It might be the first game of the year, it might be a game in February. You just got to be ready to go. And all you got to do is point to what happened with Coach Campbell's team and what Brock Purdy did and backup running backs. And that's how teams are built, not and programs are built. And when you get people that understand that and just work towards that, and the culture, the vision, the path is all the same, good things can happen. Ashley Jones is a player that I think everybody in this state is aware of and excited about the potential of what she could do at Iowa State from Iowa City High. And
She brings in as much talent maybe as any player you've ever brought into this program.
Yeah, I think that's true. You know, I think the way what she can do, what she's already proven, you know, what in high school, USA basketball, the kid just loves to play. She's tough-minded, you know, old school kind of mentality is the way she approaches the game. Doesn't say a whole lot, but I just told her, just stick with Bridget, follow Bridget, because she could be that kind of person because of her skill set, because of her versatility. She can shoot the three. She's going to get to the free throw line a ton. I think in the game in Costa Rica, she shot 20 free throws in one game. You know, she's just born to score. And our fans are going to really, really enjoy watching her. And obviously, as coaches, as fans, got to be careful that she is a freshman. Last year, she was playing in the Mississippi Valley Conference, and now she's playing in the Big 12, but she'll handle it just fine.
Somebody who I think everybody's going to be excited to see, too, is Enos Nezekwa. What a great story to be here in the United States and get this opportunity. She cherishes that opportunity.
It's incredible. You know, there's a lot of kids that love being at Iowa State. I would put Enos up against any of them, not just on the basketball team, but what that young lady's been through. I mean, it's been well documented, but as our fans get to know her story, it'll be an even more amazing thing, and how hard it was for her to get out of her country, to get to the States, to get out of junior college, to stay the course, to do the hard stuff to do. And my staff did an amazing, when all the other schools were kind of like, forget it, we did it, and we're lucky we have her.
I want to ask you one more thing real quick, Coach, and that's just about the trip to the orphanage, because you just talked about that in the press conference, but that obviously really had an impact on your players.
Maybe one of the most life-changing things those kids will ever have, and the coaches. It was really loud going to on the bus. After it, no one was talking. That's the thing, that to see what they have and the impact and the smiles on those little kids' faces, it was truly something that warms your heart. And I think our kids, when they leave Iowa State and you say, tell me your favorite experience, I would be shocked if that's not what they say.
That's what it's all about, Coach. That is what it's all about, and I'm glad they got to have that experience. We wish you a lot of success
Thanks, John.
this
Appreciate
season.
you guys being
Always
here.
Enjoy visiting with you, and it's
Go
really a
Cyclones.
season we're going to look forward to. Next, we'll visit with seniors Alexa Middleton and Bridget Carlton. Plus, meet freshmen Maddie Frederick and Ashley Jones. Stay with us.
Introducing Unlimited with Payback, only from US Cellular. The only unlimited plan that pays you back for data you don't use. So, quit flushing money down the toilet with your carrier. Bye-bye. Get Unlimited with Payback, and then save even more with smartphones like the LG K8 Plus, Samsung Galaxy S9, and Galaxy Note 9, starting as low as $1 per month. Hurry in by October 14th for this amazing deal.
Welcome back to the Sukup practice facility and Iowa State Women's Basketball Media Day. We're visiting now with Alexa Middleton, who transfers into the Cyclone program from Tennessee, but you got the chance, Alexa, to be here last year. How much did that help you?
I would say it helped a lot, just having that year to kind of get my feet back under me, just see how they do things here, get a better feel, and see what the coaches are really expecting from the point guard position.
But Coach Fenley described you kind of as a leader right from the word go. Did you come in and say, hey, I'm still an older player on this team, I need to take that responsibility?
Yes, sir, I'd say so. Just knowing the experience I have, what I feel like I could bring to the table. First, I tried to, just insert myself and, get the respect from the players and then go forward from there.
And that's a big part of the point guard position. It really does have to be a part of your makeup to play that position. And point guards at Iowa State under Coach Fenley have had a ton of success. How excited are you to see how you can do in this system?
I'm very excited. I appreciate Coach Finn so much for this opportunity, but I'm really excited to go back to the point guard position and, just kind of lead from there and see what we can do this year.
And you're used to winning. You did a lot of that at Tennessee. Is that part of the mentality you bring here, just not worrying about individual stats, let's just find a way to get the job done?
Absolutely. I think that this team could be really great this year. I'd love for us to have the mentality of we don't care who we're playing, we're going to stay at our level, we're not going down to theirs. run the score up if we have to, but dominate every night we can.
Awesome. Well, I hope you have a tremendous season, and we welcome you to Iowa State. It's great to have you here. Thanks for taking the time. And we're going to go now to Mary Rominger, and she is standing by with one of the freshmen, Maddie Frederick.
Thanks, John. I'm now here with Maddie Frederick. Now, Maddie, you won a state championship in Arizona and was Ohio Player of the Year. Talk about how rewarding it is to now be at the collegiate level.
I mean, I love it here. This is a goal I've always had and I've always looked forward to, so being here is just like fulfilling a dream. I love the team and I love the coaches and I love the atmosphere, so I'm just excited to finally be able to wear the jersey.
And it's a huge commitment to play ball for somewhere for 4 years. Talk about what made Iowa State worth that big commitment.
I would say the family. I mean, the fan base, the coaches. It's just one big, genuine group of people who, they want you to be the best person and player you can be. So they really care about you, and I love that aspect of coming here and knowing that I'm going to get better in all ways of my life.
All right, thank you, Maddie, and we're going to send it back to you, John.
Thanks very much, Mary, and we visit now with Bridget Carlton. Bridget, first of all, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
The team all celebrates together. That's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. My parents usually, all 4 years actually, they'd come down for Canadian Thanksgiving weekend and celebrate with the team, cook some turkey, and it's really good. It's really
now,
fun.
today is going to be your first practice with the team. Has it been kind of unusual being gone competing over in Spain this fall?
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to obviously being away during the summer, so this is the first time that I missed school because of the national team stuff. So it was difficult, obviously not being with the team for all of September, but that's been a goal of mine, making the senior team for so long. So, and the coaches understand that, my teammates understand that, but I'm really looking forward to being back and getting practice going today.
That had to be a great experience, though.
Yeah, for sure. Playing against the best players in the world, playing with some of the best players in the world, it's really awesome. And I actually texted Coach Steyer when I was there. I was like, it's cool when your role models growing up are now the people you're playing against, your opponents. So it was really special to be able to learn from all of them. And yeah, it was just a really great overall experience.
Tell me a little bit about this team. It's your senior year. Obviously, you want to go out with a bang. Tell me about what you think this team can accomplish.
Yeah, I think the sky's the limit for this team. We're all really excited for the season. We have a lot of potential and a lot of newcomers that can do a lot of different things with the basketball, without the basketball. So it'll be fun. We changed the style of play a little bit. So I think the fans will like watching us play, changing the pace a little bit. So it's exciting, just the new faces and seeing what we can do.
November 21st, right? Chatham,
Yes.
Ontario against Eastern Michigan. How excited are you and how excited is your family?
Yes. Well, it means a lot that the coaches, put in the work to make a game in Canada, let alone Chatham happen. Obviously, it's not the easiest thing to do. So it means a lot that they were able to do that, and my family's just so excited. There's a lot of people have had the opportunity to come to Hilton, but for those who haven't come, they get to see me play one last time in Chatham, which is really special.
That's going to be awesome. It's going to be a special senior year for you. Thank you, Bridget,
Thank you
for
so
taking
much.
the time. All right, we go back to Mary Rominger. She's standing by with Ashley Jones.
Thanks, John. I'm here with Ashley Jones, the highest rated recruit for the Cyclones recruiting class this year. How excited are you to be able to play basketball in your home state?
I'm really excited just to be able to get started playing and then just to play with these girls alongside Bridget and Maddie and Lex and all of them.
And you have a big and effective offensive game. There's no hiding that. What are you doing to adjust to this next level of defense you'll be facing?
Just being able to know the plays, get stronger and faster so that I can compete at this level.
And lastly, Ashley, just what are you most excited about in being a Cyclone?
Everything. Just to be here is really exciting. School's going great so far and practices as well. So just being able to get started playing as well.
All right, thanks for joining us, and we're going to send it back to you, John.
All right, thanks very much, Mary. And there is still much more to come on our expanded coverage of Cyclone Basketball Media Day. Up next, we'll visit with Adriana Camber and Mara Burkall. Plus, meet freshmen Lauren Mills and Morgan Kane. You're watching Cyclones.tv coverage of Iowa State Women's Basketball Media Day.
Look, if you're not the lead dog, the scenery never changes. That's why this is the view for every other full-size pickup. And this year, it's deja vu all over again. Because only the Ford F-150 gives you best-in-class torque, best-in-class payload, and you got it, baby, best-in-class towing. This is the big dog. This is the Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
Get the 2018 F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Experience the best in student living at Campus Town. With our convenient, close-to-campus locations, you can roll out of bed and into class. Take a break from your studies with our swimming pool, hot tub, sun deck, and professional barbecue grills. Keep fit and stay healthy with our state-of-the-art fitness center with separate cardio room and fitness on-demand room. Get the lifestyle you want with our variety of floor plans and private accommodations available. For more information or to apply online, visit isucampustown.com.
We're on the campus of Iowa State University. It is the Circup Basketball Complex, and it is expanded coverage of Iowa State Women's Basketball Media Day. Thanks for joining us today, and visiting now with AD, Adriana Camber, who is entering her junior season, and such a good year for you last year, AD. I think you probably grew as much as any player in quite some time in this program. Just tell me why you were able to take those big steps forward last year.
I would say great leadership. I know I came in my freshman year, I became really good friends with Bridget, and just seeing the work she put in, I was like, okay, that's what I gotta do. So freshman year, coming in from Europe, it was kind of different, and then I worked real hard over the summer. I got the opportunity to play with the Swedish national team, which I think helped me build my confidence back up. And then coming into my sophomore year, I was shooting for the stars.
Well, Bridget's a pretty good person to model your game after.
For sure.
Tell me what makes her so special.
She's just a great teammate. I don't know if there's anyone that works as hard as she does. Just seeing her every day in practice, how she wants everybody to be better. She don't care about her own personal stats. She just wants the team to win. And I mean, if we can have that leadership, we will do great.
And now, as you're being looked at as kind of a leader, do you take a lot of pride in that part of your game and being somebody that the young players can look up to?
Absolutely. I especially this summer, since Bridget wasn't here, so really trying to do whatever she does for the team, and you know, showing Ashley whatever it takes to be in this program and play for Coach Fenley and in front of our fans.
Where would you like to make the most growth this year?
Improve my shooting percentage. I think I'm still going to work on my shooting. I had a little bit of a slack last season where I dipped, but you know, just be consistent with my shooting.
Tell me about the trip to Costa Rica. What was that like for you?
It was amazing. I had so much fun. I'd never been there before. I had traveled a lot in Europe, but this was just something totally new for me. And just doing it with the team was amazing. We all became really close friends, and you know, it was just great.
Last thing for you, I know people are really excited about this season. Is there good reason to be?
Yeah.
You're seeing practices. Are you feeling really confident about what this team can do?
Oh yeah, definitely. If we play hard every day and we bring our energy that I know we can do, we're going to be great.
All right, well, we know you will, and we wish you a lot of success this season.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Adriana Camber, and now we go back to Mary Rominger. She's standing by with Morgan Kane.
All right, thanks, John. I'm here now with Morgan Kane, Riverton's Outstanding Female Athlete of the Year. What have you enjoyed most about preparing for the Cyclones regular season coming up?
I've loved just being at practices and starting to work with the team, get to know the leadership of the older girls, and get to know the new girls as well, get in the flow of the game, and just I'm so excited to be here.
And Morgan, your efforts beyond the court are also notable. Talk about the nonprofit you're involved in, Positive Possibilities, and just what that means to you.
Absolutely. Positive Possibilities. I started it in 9th grade, and it is to raise money to purchase service dogs to give the families who can't afford them, and that is so important to me, and I'm so excited that I'm able to carry that throughout Iowa State and have that be a part of who I am and a part of the team as well now. And that just means a lot to me to be able to help others, because everyone's so blessed. We're so blessed with what we have.
That's so beautiful. Now, you're coming from Utah. What made you want to commit to Iowa State? It's such a massive commitment for 4 years.
Absolutely, that was a big step, but what sold me was the coaching staff. Coach Fenley has so much experience and has been here for so long. And I've just been so impressed with the program from the minute I stepped foot in this facility, and the camaraderie and the team effort that I saw was something that I never wanted to leave. And so I've loved training with the team and being there with them and learning from this amazing coaching staff that makes us better every day.
All right, thank you so much, Morgan, and we're going to send it back to you, John.
Mary, thank you so much. And there's Coach Fenley getting ready for his 24th season here as the head coach at Iowa State. What a great, successful career he's had. But Mayor Burke, our guest right now. And Mayor, I think for Coach Fenley, for everybody in the program, they're just so happy to see you healthy right now. But that's not something you can take for granted, obviously. Yeah. You got a real scare in May. Just tell us a little bit about what happened and how you were able to get through that.
Yeah, so in May, I had a blood clot in my leg and in my stomach, so I was in the hospital for 12 days, and it was kind of like a long summer, like getting back through it and on some tough medication and stuff like that. But just like through the support of like my teammates and stuff, you know, I was able to come back and I'm ready to go.
And now you had to be on blood thinners for quite some time,
Yeah.
so you couldn't practice or doing a lot of physical stuff for quite some time, right?
Yeah, all summer I was on no physical contact because of the medicine. If there was a chance I had to get a concussion or get hit too hard, I could, you know, obviously bleed internally. So I didn't get cleared until August 20th, so after Costa Rica, which is why I didn't play. So I'm just kind of getting back in the swing of things.
How's that gone for you? You've had 6 practices now.
Yeah.
Tell me how it's gone for you.
It's gone really good. It's good to be back. Sometimes I'm a little tired, but it's all right. It's just good to be back and good to be healthy again.
Well, it's your senior year, and everybody's excited about what this team can accomplish. You're kind of the leader of that group of post players, and it's a good group.
Yeah.
It's exciting to think about what the post players can bring this year.
Oh, yeah, it's really exciting. And having Enos, Morgan, Kristen, and Lauren, you know, it's good to see so many like people in the gym working hard, and Coach is really, really like believing in us this year and trusting in us, and we've been working really hard on like the off season, and they worked so hard all summer, you know, without me just kind of watching, and so it's kind of nice to come back and join in.
What's it like being the player that everybody kind of looks up to now, the senior leader on the team, especially with that group, as opposed to being that young player where you were looking up to others?
It's nice, you know, you can kind of just kind of like
Share.
kind of like tell them like, you know, what to do, and kind of like set like the role model and like an example of all the young players.
One thing that's been really great about your career, Mary, is that your family's been able to follow it, obviously being from right in the Des Moines area. How special has that been to be able to share the whole experience with them?
Oh yeah, it's really special having my parents at every game, and my brothers and grandma and everybody come up for all my games, and it's just been really special just playing so close to home.
Awesome. Well, we wish you a great senior season. I know you'll have a great senior season.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good luck to you. Thank you. Nice to see you healthy. And Mary Burkle, our guest. And now let's go back to Mary Rominger. She's standing by with Lauren Mills.
Thanks, John. Now joining me now is Lauren Mills. Now, Lauren, it's finally time for you to compete with the Cyclones now. What were you able to work on and learn from last season and sitting out?
I really enjoyed my time to sit out, to be able to watch the game, watch how the players move, watch how American college basketball compares to Australia, and see where I'll be able to contribute to the team and what my strengths are that I'll be able to help the team out.
And kind of going off of that, you are coming from Australia, and everyone has different experiences coming to the States from out of the country. What was your experience like, and how have you been adjusting?
I think my adjustment was really smooth. All the coaches, all of my teammates were really welcoming. I started school pretty soon once I arrived, so got straight into the routine pretty much, and been non-stop ever since, and I've loved it. Keeping busy, working hard, and yeah, I think it's been quite a smooth adjustment.
All right, thank you so much, Lauren, and we're going to send it back to you, John.
So we're going to finish things up here with Maddie Wise, who's entering her sophomore season. What was that transition like for you, Maddie, from coming into the program, everything's new, to now how do you feel coming into your sophomore season?
Yeah, I definitely feel a lot more confident. It is hard coming in as a freshman, playing in the high school level and then Big 12, D1. It's definitely a big jump, but I do feel a lot more confident, ready to go. Great teammates, and should be a great team this year. So,
where do you think you made the most growth last year?
I think just probably my shot, learning to hit down shots when I'm open. Bridget draws a lot of attention, obviously, she's great, and so helping her out, just knocking down shots.
Well, this is a team that has some people that can make shots, and there's a lot of competition for spots. How is that going in practices so far?
Yeah. I think we're all pretty competitive. There's no dislike between each other or anything, but we're all competitive, best friends, so like I said, super competitive.
What would be rewarding for this group as you look at Bridget Carlton's senior year and obviously Mary Burkall's senior year? I'm sure you guys want to send them out as winners.
Yeah,
is that
sure.
a big motivation for everybody on this team?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said earlier, we're all super close. Our seniors are amazing. They've done so much for this program. It would be great to have a great year. and I think that we definitely can, for sure.
All right, Maddie, thanks so much for taking some
Thank you so
time.
much. I
Really
appreciate
you doing that.
Thank you.
Well, the Cyclones are excited about the season to come. We're excited to bring it to you on Cyclones.tv, and you'll be able to follow Iowa State women's basketball all season long on our channel. It all gets started with the exhibition game against Southwest Baptist on November 1st. That's at 6:30. And then about a week later, it'll be the first regular season game against Niagara. That's the preseason WNIT. All those games are going to be at Hilton Coliseum. Should be a very fun year for Iowa State women's basketball, and we hope you'll be a part of it and keep that great attendance streak going at Hilton Coliseum. Thanks for joining us today for Iowa State Women's Basketball Media Day. Here are the people that made our show possible. This copyrighted telecast is the property of Cyclone Sports Properties, LLC, under rights granted by Iowa State University. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other dissemination of this telecast, or any part of it, without the expressed written consent of Cyclone Sports Properties, LLC, is prohibited.